Hello?
Hey,
Oh.
what's up? Oh, small J?
No, I understand.
No,
Who's
that's
in
that's
the water?
Larry.
Oh, I get it.
He's not gonna reappear.
The seal
All right,
samurai
welcome back to
appears.
Edgeworth.
It's Edgeworth.
It's Edgeworth.
It's Edgeworth time.
Yes, it is.
What?
Why?
Are you?
Yeah?
Is that?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Cool.
Is it
I
hard
was about to
to
say something different before I said it.
Was it gonna be Edgeworth?
No, there would be no worth in it.
I think I understand.
And a Y at
Anyways,
the end.
Let's go talk to this
no,
guy.
no! Stop it!
Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Oh no.
I want all those people in prison by morning. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir, they're already on death row.
Excellent work, Mib.
Let's go! Not a single thing, sir!
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Agent Lang.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
It wasn't like I was trying to help you, Baka.
Baka!
After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba?
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I could be so easily called away from this case after I'd come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Tell me about that. Yeah.
Okay.
You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right with my own two eyes.
Ooh.
The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished.
Wait, so the only reason you think the Yatagarasu is there is because somebody yelled, "It's the Yatagarasu."
And
there was
also a calling card
cool
beforehand.
shadow. There was a cool
That
shadow on the wall. Did you
That
see
shadow.
that in the
We're
flashback?
gonna have to figure out how the shadow
no.
could have been
Yeah.
made.
Listen, I know what I
It's the
saw. That was the
Yatagarasu.
That was the Yatagarasu shadow,
Uh-huh.
bro.
I can't believe
Picture on the
Don't-
lens.
When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out
Maybe it was
Was
a shadow of
because-
a hedge.
was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was
Sad.
someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing's for certain. The Yatagarasu was here.
So you're saying, basically, all you saw was the thief's silhouette.
Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was
Sick
a
'em.
shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Sick and Franny.
Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape,
And costumes don't exist.
not among the staff or the audience members. I think he's saying
Or-
that there was nobody around that would have visibly made the shadow that he saw.
Not even like a
Oh.
piece of construction paper held up in front of a light?
No,
No.
that's a ridiculous
No
thing.
way.
No, that can't happen. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Water, stop being silly.
Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The sudden appearing and disappearing The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I've figured out its true origin.
I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on the subject. What really casts the shadow of the Yatagarasu?
Oh, we're just getting straight to it.
You can also
you
look
can
on the
also
right
move
side.
right.
I see an arrow.
You can move right, yeah.
Okay, good. Be nice if I could see the actual shadow again.
Yeah.
Nah.
It looks like spiky hair.
Is it like a combination of the two statues, or is it not? Is it simpler than that?
It might be that.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Like, I'm thinking the
think-
hand, at least the, like, hair parts.
One of them big leaves?
I think this face is being used here.
Want to try it out?
Boo. Please.
Yay!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible it was created by this statue?
Are you playing me for a fool, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu.
You are correct. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu's shadow?
The statue?
Maybe the statue?
It's another statue.
The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. And this is because they were moved when the guests were in panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared,
You believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow.
precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux on the battlefield, the shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage.
Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows,
Is his hair really that spiky?
it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu statue. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen's statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Rotate. I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part.
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
You're right, I apologize.
Now, what part of the queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow?
Its head?
The hand?
The hand?
Yeah.
Like the hand was really
that
close to
right?
the spotlight?
Must be.
I was just thinking the spiky here, the hand is the only thing that kind of like creates
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Nice.
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? That's right. It could only be the shadow of the queen's left hand.
Her. Oh.
Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position? So that it only shines on the queen's left hand.
All right, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what the shadow I saw.
Aw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around. Which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatakarasu's shadow had vanished.
Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning.
So you see, the Yatakarasu never did visit Alabaster tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatakarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice. But who?
I haven't figured out that one yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. And I sense that the biggest clue yet into solving this case is the existence of this accomplice.
Nice.
Nice.
Oops.
Oops.
How's the investigation going?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey!
Did you guys forget I was here? I had 4 lines and then shut up for 2 streams.
Yeah.
Detective
Who are you?
Bad.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Where am I?
He's
Bad.
bad. He's so bad he's good. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yathagarasu?
I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu. So yes.
So, what have you found out?
I got a piece of evidence.
May I see it?
Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please.
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international journalist."
Oh my god.
She gave me an interesting
Yeah?
picture and then exited the plot immediately.
A journalist?
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Oh.
What in the world?
The
Looks like a small
Yatagarasu
cloud.
is flying through the air.
The times they are a-changin'. I think they call this a cryptid now.
Ooh.
It's not just man, but evidence. They lie to us now.
Oh my gosh. When was this photo taken?
Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
The killer was Max Galactica.
Wow. It was taken from a nearby building that you could see the embassy from.
I see. So this was taken after the fire.
Building nearby at the moment of border crossing during the fire.
The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabama.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Kate, Silk hat, white roses.
No, she handled that one.
Actually,
Oh,
come to
right.
think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually.
Wait, what's the second one for her? What's the second one for her? Oh, it's
well,
the same
that was-
one that
yeah.
She was there for both. He was there for the second
Yeah.
one. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it happens more often than we think.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off in the Beverly's embassy, so I should start there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit.
All right.
Okay, goodbye.
I'll continue investigating on this side of the building.
Alright, I'm counting on you.
Bye, Franziska.
See ya. Oh, we're so
Bye-bye,
loud.
sissy.
Welcome back,
Go back.
Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get
Ow,
back to
ow.
our investigation.
Ow, ow.
Oh, you're being
you punched
punched.
him.
I thought I was being loud.
No.
Oh, my jaw. Yes, let's. Ow, oh, my ear.
I really like we punch out.
Yeah. No,
Kay
we're
plays
back.
it with motion controls.
there's another way to play that game.
Let's march in here.
To think after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
I'm trying to think of what Wii game Edgeworth would play, and all I can think of is Trauma Center Under the Knife.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It would appear that way.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Man's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Peleno, but I've yet to find his killer.
Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Stop that.
No.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to seek the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright?
Mr. Peleno?
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
And also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Peleno. You're a total gentleman.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey,
Little
Sir
miss.
Peleno.
Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. Now then, we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that the person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu was also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad?
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean I was chasing after the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how the person escaped.
Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off.
Okay. What else is there to look at? Boop.
That, I guess.
It appears that Mr. Coachin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that's left to tell the tale of his murder.
Rip, my guy.
This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
You could tell
You could
because
tell
the inside was burnt, right?
Yes. And thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved.
Aren't safes great? They hold the wonderful promise of treasures within.
Well, this one certainly did have a few inside.
That is true.
It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. What do you think we're doing, Kay?
I won't rest until evidence of another crime!
Boop.
Blah, blah, blah.
It looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
And that's because I'm a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything!
Phone?
So I guess embassy phones are all like normal phones, huh?
Well, what did you imagine them to look like?
I thought that Babbles would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower's base.
If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think?
Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were from Canopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination.
I'm plenty curious.
Not curious enough.
There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh. I see. Ah. The most important part was blackened by the fire! Why, cruel fate, why?
It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt.
No.
Bink.
There's a bottle of Beverly's ink on Mr. Coachin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Polano, it looks like your precious Babbly's ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd.
Ambassador, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink.
Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please?
Yes.
So now there's a new thing for him. Boop.
A fireplace, So Babo's officers have them too.
Two.
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastrian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. Still can't believe that we found the lady's undershirt in the fireplace.
Huh. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek.
You want covered in soot? I think not.
Ugh, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. Would be fun.
It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music.
I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies.
Yes, that's it.
But they're nothing alike.
They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a wrecker baby.
I see.
Why would you put a baby on a record?
I guess I can see how you might think that.
Boop.
Ambassador Poleno, would you happen to know what these charred remains are of?
I don't know actually. But I don't think there was anything there that should have been flammable.
And so it remains a mystery as to what was burned here.
Boop.
Her grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast.
Oh, the clock has been with us since back when we were still Canopia.
That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock?
I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm pretty sure you'll love its chime.
Really? It's going to be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then.
Is it that time already? Time sure flies by when I'm involved in an investigation.
Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun.
Kay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know.
Yes, Gramps. You're not my real dad. Looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu.
The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually everywhere.
You can't buy them everywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all.
Could you really rob someone of their valuable memories, just like that?
No, because even if I take that souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. That's true.
We still don't know where the blade of the Babyliss knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it?
Just picked it up and left. Did we look at everything here? Nope.
Look! Looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
Babel sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon.
And what kind of discount would that net you?
The 5-finger kind? What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as...
Such as the truth. What else would I steal?
What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now.
Anything else? Are we done here? Are we good? Oh,
Oh.
Manny Cochum. His name is written here on this nameplate.
Why would you put a nameplate with your own name on it in your own office?
And I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake.
Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name and if you forget?
Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk.
I guess that's true. Okay, now are we done here?
We're never done.
Oh, it's still nook and cranny. Oh, this is open. Duh.
It is still looking cranny over here.
It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit.
I suppose we should really take a look.
Oh,
Oh.
and we can deduce too.
What the fuck is
What
that?
is that?
This is rather an unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere.
Boop.
It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well.
Now, that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is that it? What can we present there?
Right?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Oh, oh wait.
Oh.
It's that easy.
Oh. It's
You
just
don't
that
say.
easy.
Boop.
That means he was here.
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley.
Oh yes, that note is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires?
That was in my house.
Ambassador Palermo, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see. In that case,
Ooh, did you figure something out?
this note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Somebody get me. Damask the Second. Oh, here it is.
Shit.
Here we go.
We did it.
Damask the Second? Then this note.
Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask the Second to steal the primitive statue.
Immediately devolved.
What? Manny tried to steal Alaba's primitive statue. Wrong! No!
Incorrect. See,
I said the line!
We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can count a few of them to give to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is no one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you could tell me would be of great help, Ambassador.
Okay.
So you
Two
can walk
things
over
to
and
talk
talk to
about?
him now.
He's got a lot to talk about. I want to make sure everything is done in the room.
So this is the real primitive statue.
This is really valuable, right?
Well, that's what they say.
Hold it!
Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of the statue, are you?
No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue's worth.
That sounds mighty suspicious to me.
Anything else? Oh, there's this.
Oh, the flower.
The national symbol of Babel is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it.
Is it just me, or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it?
Even if it did, would it really have any bearing on our case, Kay?
Maybe.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Window.
I guess maybe she just didn't notice the antenna on the butterfly before.
You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. And that's where Damask II was killed. Thank you.
What? You don't mean the mask, Damask II. I've got my own button. You don't have to press it. I can handle my own.
I'm sure that you can.
I can. Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though Damask II was merely an imposter of the original.
Anything else? You mentioned a flower? Is there a flower?
Well, I said flower. I meant the butterfly.
Oh, well.
You're really close.
Now that, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire
Present the
broke out.
badge.
I guess I'm presenting the badge again to this guy.
All right.
We've done
Before
it.
the fire. Which fire are you talking about?
Which one?
The one they're going to?
There was more than one tonight?
New fire just dropped.
Is that on my end?
Logical, no! Don't expose me!
I saw it, I just didn't bring attention to it because
Oh.
you were just begging to be called out.
Well, I just thought you couldn't see it considering I'm seeing your screen in the chat there.
No, I have 3 monitors, Saps.
Why do you need double chatty?
I don't have Chatty open.
I see. I guess you didn't need to hear about it.
I'm not playing off of the OBS capture. I'm playing off of my actual TV,
Yeah.
which means I can't see the chat on my TV. But I do have it on
Yeah.
my other monitor.
And OBS.
That's what I would have to
So you
preview.
need another monitor.
It's here. It's right here.
Don't shake too hard.
There. You can see it still, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see this?
I said the line.
Okay.
We had 2 fires at the Babylon's embassy tonight. Or embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was.
Babylus Embassy.
Babylon's.
Babel Embassy.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after Jam and Ninja Show.
Oh, well, the first fire occurred at the start of Jam and Ninja's show.
Oh.
Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among theater goers, we decided to keep it internal.
That's not a good idea. Unless if it was like a really
It was
small fire.
awful! It was a frying pan fire.
Okay, well.
Then the fire after the Gem and Ninja show was the second one of the night.
Exactly!
So the fire eyewitness was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken?
Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
Which 4th and 5th floor?
I suppose this means the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out.
So then, what was the extent of the damage on the second floor?
The second fire was contained in this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floor above it that caused it.
That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck.
My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here. And Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polino. Hold on, I got a text.
But what? Thanks.
Oh yeah, so concerned.
1
Oh,
second.
lol.
Alright.
Ambassador
I'm just
Polano,
gonna
what have you done? Why'd you light all these
I'm just-
fires? Why'd you kill these people?
I'm just gonna stare at you. That's my answer.
Oh, that's not a great answer, to be honest.
Mhm.
We need more solid evidence than that.
Mom's looking at me going on and on. Now then, what was it he was asking again?
He had to really contemplate that one.
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First, I woke up and I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll, a Swiss one, for breakfast.
Whoa!
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me?
Oh, you'd like the condensed version? All right, I can see what I can do that for you.
You have so much to say.
So much!
I have
But
so
first-
much to say.
But first,
Oh, is this a prosecutor's badge? It is a very cool design. I know. We should start selling items like these as souvenirs in Bapal. The tourists will go absolutely nuts over them.
Please don't compare a proud symbol of my profession to a cheap souvenir.
the first
I
two
will.
times that has been redeemed, it's been on the same guy. So please choose a different guy next time.
Yeah. No.
No.
Alternatively,
Always this guy.
yeah, every time this dude shows up, please do that.
No.
In the middle of like an examination, just suddenly present the badge.
So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the German ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up this office.
You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own?
Mine was clean. Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations.
Beverly's Embassy is undergoing renovations from top to bottom.
Which is why both the Primitive statue and the Babalis knives are set down here.
Oh, they're not supposed to be here normally?
No.
I see.
Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh?
About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger.
Oh, yeah, was very good at being mad. Yeah, why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some bubbly's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect.
I'm talking about the boss getting bossed around.
Spill Babbly's ink onto back wall while burning files in fireplace. Left ashes there.
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being an ambassador and all.
It was
Hang
getting
on.
today ready.
I wonder if you left anything in here.
A fireplace, huh?
You read that already. Okay, never mind.
Aw. You're still too close.
I'll be as close as I damn please.
Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon.
Well, Matt and I went out together to the theater in Neutralis. We had to start there be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Well, we definitely did not have sex.
Good to know.
Because I was to take part in the photo ops on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us. Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja.
You seem to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
Who does everybody guess is the actor for the Gem Ninja?
Oh.
Larry.
Also Larry.
Also,
God.
Still Larry.
he's so overworked.
Good.
Good.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt.
Oh, it's probably
I had-
the scoops.
Scoops?
Photo. Scoops.
Lotta?
Lotta,
Lot
yes.
of heart?
A lot of?
Yes. We saw her, then never saw her again.
But what if it's Alex Powers? Or whatever his name was.
Will Powers.
Will Powers.
That was it.
Where'd Alex come from?
That'd be ironic.
I don't know where Alex came from. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
No.
I see. Ambassador Poleno, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not like I have 2 more lines to say after this. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright?
Can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about this.
Oh.
I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames!
Oh.
Green?
The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see. Your flames aren't green? I wasn't
beg
able
your
to see into the
fine-
room at all.
Well, don't we also know about this? Runs on witness oil, turns
Oh.
green, which is
Wit
a
crystal.
babbling souvenir.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The fire was green. What was the cause?
I'm about to spell it out for you. Well, the white crystal oil versus green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. Good memory, though.
The Babylon's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green.
You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that was caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out there's still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the
Yes?
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery.
Synthesizer.
Synthesizer.
What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Job for the Mask II. I believe you certainly might have an idea as to why Mr. Curtin hired the Mask II.
Actually, I fear it may be my fault.
Oh dear.
As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event.
But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got canceled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Curtin know about Baba's Primitive statue?
Of course he knew! That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
When I told Manny my concern, he said, "Let me handle it, it'll be alright." I'll find a way to make sure you were the ambassador of the reunited Canopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized it was serious.
Mr. Curtin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Canopian ambassador.
But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be.
I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
You don't know that. Oh!
Don't you?
Oh my god, hello.
You're alive!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
What was I going at? Oh, yeah, you got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Let me take a look. It is for you, after all, whatever it was.
What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy, the Interpol people. I know exactly how this room looked before it was set on fire.
Yeah! Oh.
Good work, Detective.
It was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
What?
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
I'm not adopting you. What do you mean?
Please.
Why not?
You know
Wait.
you wanna...
Or am I the Uncle Bad in this situation?
Yeah, why hasn't Bad adopted you? That's the real question.
Yeah. What have I do me? Yeah.
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu just like my father, right?
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
You bet. So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean
Let
Little
her rip.
Thief. You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
I don't need a crutch like that. Only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered, and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it. All right, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood. Beep, beep, boop.
I think Robin Hood did anything like this.
Well, that's why it's
It
a
seems something-
modern-day Robin Hood.
Like a Batman.
Modern.
Yeah, I'm practically Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
We are in the
Oh.
future. Looks at calendar.
It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person K saw used as well.
Oh, what is this? Is this a sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of a true vigilante. I'm
Get her!
recreating the... What the fuck? It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Verde. I set you out, didn't I?
Man, I'm trying to help you here.
Ahem! I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
Fire.
It's green.
Fire. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Plano saw.
With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Oh, sorry. And this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor until the Yanagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Polina was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, you could assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is that person burned, we had a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green
No way.
flames?
Could it be?
Oh! This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the white crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by white crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from white crystal oil.
Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polina was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Well, can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand.
I don't understand that.
I
Are
don't
you
get
getting
it.
tired,
This-
Mr. Edgeworth? Are you
This is a thing
sleepy?
made from This is a thing made from a white crystal oil that Ambassador Plano was mistaken about.
Are you getting
Special
icky?
white crystal oil based ink.
It's very late right now. It's past my bedtime.
Daylight
I,
savings.
for
just
real,
ends.
have barely slept in days.
Stop that. No, not now though.
Beverly's ink
Mine!
is made from Babyliss ink is made from wheat crystal oil.
Oh, so it would burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babyliss ink.
Because we found them the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now then, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I've finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babyliss ink, this is the source of the green flames! Samurai dogs?
The Babyliss ink.
Is it the documents?
I mean, we have these physically. So they can't have burned. I think it's talking about what
Oh,
was-
the files stay burned.
Yeah. This.
Is there anything else?
Written in ink?
No.
Oh yeah. I think it's wild that I'm the only person who said wheat crystal this whole time.
I've said
Wheat crystal. Wheat crystal. Oh, you did. That's right.
Wheat crystal.
Wheat crystal.
Wheat.
It's Kvit Kristall.
Say it again.
Kvit Kristall.
Wheat crystal.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
Fuck.
In order for the green flames to arise, this piece of evidence was needed.
Haha. And how did the arsonist use that exactly? Oh, I know. Why don't we try letting it on fire and seeing what happens? I'm sort of an expert in pyrotechnics, so you just leave it to me.
Hold on there. She was really all set to light it on fire. Good thing this piece is related to the case, or it'd have gone up in smoke. We need to think carefully about this one more time. The real source of the green flames must be this.
What
I
were
guess
you
I
about to
wasn't
say,
there.
Ark?
Was oh yes. Is there anything else that used Babyliss ink? Perhaps.
What's the bundle on the top left?
Made with Babyliss
Oh.
ink there and circular ink file. Counterfeit.
I don't think it's that one.
Oh, right. Forgot about the
I
counterfeit
forgot
bills.
about that.
What would consume that greater volume of ink to make? That would be... the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Shanghai.
You're kidding. You're
No.
saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babbel's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Oh, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. That should have been my first sign of something bad happening. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed.
Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well.
Fuck. I suppose we caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we?
It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. But they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence.
Those circular ink file made by Cochin, they were all burned up in Babel. You were moved?
Aha. This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire.
Gummy.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
sure.
still here, right. Well, according to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Are you still here, though?
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
During.
Speaking of which,
During.
it's like totally 11 o'clock right now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot at every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something?
Ambassador Plano, may we take a look inside that clock?
No. Sure, go on right on ahead. Don't stare at
Reconsider.
me like that. It was true.
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Oh, yes, sir. I am here and on it. Miss Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire, so...
It looks like a length of. It looks like a
Oh.
length of wire. So this is what
Guess I'll
caused
just
the
get-
clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place?
Good length of wire that was found
Good
wound up inside Bibal's grandfather's watch.
Assorted lengths of wire.
Yep.
Let me show you where I keep my assorted lengths of wire.
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Polena that put the wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did.
It looks like one of the Babbly's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. And Babble's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babble, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babble's woes.
Money?
Many.
Or no, those are like pamphlets.
Oh.
So Babble is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind?
Well, ideally, I'd like to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't believe she took me seriously.
Could be very big money.
Yeah.
A fireplace, huh? So Babble's officers have them too.
Two? That's not what I was looking at. I was looking at the thing above.
Too
The
bad.
other one is the same. It's the same.
It's the same.
She.
It's the same. I can't skip it for some reason. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Thank you.
But is that true?
Yeah.
Pulls for the fans.
You can see the Alabastion Embassy through this window.
Wait, is this also the
This
same?
is also the same.
Mash.
Ba-
Oh, hold on.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Every mention. Even
Oh
if we
my
don't
God.
say it. Is that also the same?
Let's give it a comfortable chair.
This is also the same. Come on.
Oh my god.
Prosecutor.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. There we go.
I'm too cool to talk about chairs.
Wait, did I already read this too?
Child remains.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's spin around.
Okay, I'm afraid we cannot
Like a
skip this
record,
dialogue. I want to see it
baby.
again.
You spin me
Oh.
right round, baby, right round.
Like a record.
You have
baby.
nothing
Hi. Do you want to show me a bag?
Don't you?
Not for free.
Detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct?
Yep, sure did. I also helped out put out the fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. At first, I tried the elevator, but I guess someone had already had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered there were stairs at that point, I had been boiled to a crisp.
Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of the fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator.
Oh?
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babbly's embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a look at the person either, sir.
I wonder. If you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
During the fire?
Well, the second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in the outburst. That's about when a suspicious person was spotted in Babel, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babel.
Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know, because I am also wearing a long coat.
Still,
it's you.
it was enough to make... It was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more.
A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow.
A sham.
In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel is also suspect.
You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you.
So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, and then disappeared. Busy day.
Yeah.
By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did, but, well, this embassy is huge, sir, and so am I. I got separated from the other staff members, and I was with, and I was lost there for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective.
Then I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But, you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I got lost and was wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like it was her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I see. So it can be useful once in a blue moon.
Give him more credit.
No.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did.
Wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
She was in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office until she tried to arrest Kay. Oh.
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seemed to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
We've examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Peleno about it.
Oh?
Please don't.
Ambassador Peleno, there's something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock.
Ah, that's right. You also paid a visit to the Albasian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that.
I like mentioning it. It's which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. Symmetrical.
Because this used to be one embassy, offices of the two sides are symmetrical. Which
That seems
means
redundant.
the fireplace also
The fireplace.
has the little trapdoor in the back.
So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op with German Ninja?
I told you it was important. Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right?
Yet another odd expression of Babel's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I need to connect the dots.
You didn't connect shit? Well, anyway, I was glad I was able to do what?
Nailed it.
Anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help.
Oh, I've connected them.
Okay, are we done examining everything in this room? Because it might be time for us to do
Some logic, maybe?
Yeah.
The
You
ceiling
different?
fan made the flames bigger.
I think this is new.
So, by this time, the Primitive statues had already been swapped, right?
They must have been, as this one is covered in soot.
What lousy timing. And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too. Would have been better if I had stolen it for it to be... It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire.
Okay, I think I understand your sentiment.
However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way.
Right.
If you could please stop stealing my lines. Wait, no. I'll
That's
unredo
my
that
job.
line. Unredo that. Lunar, if you could please stop
I could
stealing my
try again,
lines.
sir.
If you could please stop stealing my lines, Lunar.
Never. Logic time.
Logic!
Alright.
So we have the connected fireplace and the bilateral symmetry. That means this fireplace is
Yeehaw.
also connected.
Nice.
Look, the Alabastian and Babbly sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
A secret what?
In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
It
A
did?
revolving wall?
Yes.
Sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Huh. Oh wow, that there was a trick like that in the built into the fireplace, sir. I knew that.
Uh-huh.
Zap.
What? This embassy holds that kind of secret?
There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about what the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. My first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
It's possible someone used the revolving fireplace wall. I need to examine it more.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like just another fireplace, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again?
In Alabaster, I had to push the X. Well, sorry, where the was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see next there, sir. Well, let's see what happens when I push it. Push it and I don't. Nah, you scared me, sir.
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. A women's undershirt. What does this contradiction mean for us?
What is
Nook and Granny!
Give him the deuce.
Have you duckied yet, sir?
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Ditties.
Yeah. Is there evidence?
Evidence!
Evidence!
Ambassador Poleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct?
Well, yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually.
And after you did, you forgot to clean up the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face?
I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find out about it.
Let's see. Huh? Where'd all the ashes go?
The ashes that should still be in the fireplace are missing. Where did they go? What is the
just
meaning
saw
of
that
this,
exam before I
Mr.
did that.
Edgeworth?
You really don't think that the Ambassador Poleno is lying, do you? Look how honest his face is.
No, there's no reason for him to lie. I don't believe his testimony is wrong, either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, it was nothing. All it did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know.
There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do.
So can I look at this now? I can. Boop.
The ashes Ambassador Poleno left here have disappeared. If we follow this piece of information, if we follow where this piece of information leads, we should begin to see the truth.
It's time to use your secret weapon, right?
Yeah, go on, sir. Use your special skill.
It's called knowledge.
I'll ignore this strange phrasing for now and focus on the information we have instead. Just a little further, I can sense the truth lying on just the other side of this.
Logic?
Huh?
So, Sheena was in the other room, and she may have used the fireplace, which would have... Okay, hold on. First, these two. Because if the fireplace was used, then it would have moved the ashes, probably. Please.
Yeah.
Please?
Yay!
Yeah.
Congrats.
The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It's not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is still too clean for that. Ambassador Poleno said that he spilled some Babyliss ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
Well then, I don't know what happened.
They flipped the building.
Ugh.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched.
No, wait, what?
By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room.
Oh,
Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
There are signs that the revolving fireplace wall on Babel's side has been used.
Then, you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through here?
Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Person K was chasing used the fireplace to escape into the room next door.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route.
I have. But this is only the beginning. Now I have to chase the killer down.
Okay. So they went into the room next door. Sheena was in the room next door.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Oh!
Think you were.
No, I wasn't.
Oh!
Oh! I was.
If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room.
well, the person in that next room was... Oh, it was dead person, sir. Okay.
Yes, Detective Agent Sheena.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay then. Why don't we ask Miss Sheena herself?
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, sir, is it my turn to do something? I can't do it.
Yes. I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damask. Damask the Second's note. Snuck up on me.
Where is it coming
Go, get
from,
them
sir?
jump music box away.
Oh, okay, I'll get to the... okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Yeah, I got.
Gumshoe backwards long jumps through the wall.
Yippee!
Yo-ho!
The second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Is it right now, sir?
No, next decade. Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy, you can do it.
Alright. I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, detective.
Wow, the wall in the fireplace really did turn.
That's so neat. I want to try going through there too.
Sir, the wall pivots in the middle. There's a problem.
You can do it.
If it pivots in the middle, it doesn't get very wide for a wide man. I don't know if I
He's
should.
so sturdy.
You'll be okay.
Just walk
We
through
have
the
a-
wall.
We have a tiny thief. We have a tiny thief. I do not want to be
I mean, Sheena's kind of small.
in
did
the
pick you.
wall. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Well, I know.
Anyways, this really is a secret side passageway through here. I had no idea.
It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babbler's ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Oh, okay. Here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is, no, we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Yes, sir. So long, Gabe Bowser.
Okay, so now we have pretty much the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Yatakarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, and the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu was related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth?
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
Sheena is gonna be Callisto Yu in disguise, isn't she?
Hmm.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is Edgeworth monologuing? That's so cute.
Yes.
I thought you were the one who always said it was easy if you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, okay?
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions.
Show off. Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Okay.
That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect, for your sake.
Yay! It looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
That was fast.
Hey.
Gumshoe. JB?
Oh my god, I survived. I am back, sir.
Yes, I see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. Just a bit of ash and dust and death.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy, and I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, quite a bit of the unpointed ink got on it, sir.
Yes. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
It's gonna be brown again? Oh, I mean, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir.
Gets it dry cleaned and it turns tan again.
If it was a coat I cared about, then I'd get it clean, but you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is...
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'll be back before you know it. Here I go again.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let's go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Shiana.
To be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Be continued.
Continued. I would love to save my progress. Thank
Nah,
for
you don't
asking.
need to.
I kind of want to, though.
But what if you didn't?
It's March.
Crazy.
On last day of March.
Oh, we are so back, baby.
Hi.
Agent Lang. The
Did that
fuck are you
bird poop on
wearing?
your face?
What? Langzy says, what did you just say to me?
The fuck are you wearing, my good man?
Langzy says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves.
It looks like you're wearing some fucked up swim goggles.
I didn't ask for this
For real.
abuse, okay? My shades
You
are cool.
asked for it as soon as you put those glasses on.
No,
How
no,
are they
hang
staying
on
on your head?
No,
They
shut,
clam.
everybody, all of you shut up. The glasses are cool.
Eh,
They're cool.
Like-
their straps?
Maybe they're like sticky. You could,
They're clinging to the skin. Yeah,
These
dead.
these quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean?
It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get.
Let's find out.
Fine, they're gone. They're gone because you made fun of them. Mr. Prosecutor,
Bullying works.
fuck you.
Remember, people, bullying.
Get in line.
The counterfeit bills made with Babyliss ink. They were all of Zhang Fa denominations.
Yeah, so I heard from Ms. Von Karma.
but we don't know where the play money has gone.
They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet.
Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhang Fa is in financial crisis and chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. And have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhang Fa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer.
Agent Lang,
Don't start, it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I am sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Hey, Jay, it's been ages.
No. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I wasn't strong enough. If I was only able to think of a better solution.
Quercus.
Grief. Gesundheit. You fool! Curse your empty brain!
You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den.
Yes.
I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well.
Oh, hold it! You, Wolfman, and the Secretary Lady, hold it, objection, and pale!
Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
No! Yet, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, Detective.
Press
you.
to steal the Primaduck statue. Right handwriting matches that of Manny Kuchin.
You didn't say it updated the mask's notes.
Die.
put a-
Damn it.
Oh, God,
I put him back
sunglasses are
on because
back.
I didn't want to give up to the bullying allegation. Damn it.
Everybody
Mr.
point and laugh.
Shut the
I
fuck
like
up!
The glasses look stupid.
No! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for?
Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is fine. Everyone is here.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Agent Shihna, I'd like to ask you something. If you don't mind. Or if you do mind, I don't care.
Yes?
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu? When you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Kocho was killed. I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all. So I suppose I'll need to explain a few things to him first.
Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
Nothing.
The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth.
Oh? Sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well. I'll supervise you until the end.
Thank you. She's seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day.
Yes. I don't get this opportunity very often, so let me revel in it.
You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight. The evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see.
All right, pose on him. Yeah.
Pose. All right, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I should.
Coordinated movements.
We
you know?
caught him.
We did get him though. We did. Oh, hell.
Her sunglasses are better though.
No, you shut the fuck. I should have known.
Like, do you
He's not
scratch your
wrong.
forehead when you take those off? They're like pointy.
Well, no, I mean they're kind of not.
I thought that was why they weren't shaped that way, Lang.
Not you. You shut the fuck up.
Nobody is on his side that these glasses
I am, but I
so
thought it had a practical
dumb.
use.
Are the lenses suctioned into your eye sockets or
I don't-
something?
I don't have to answer these questions.
Could you to me
Should've
later?
known. No, I'm fine. But only you. We will have this talk later. It's fine. That you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end.
It would appear that way.
Pose on him. Yeah.
Pose.
Well, I'll prove her innocence, and so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
They got that JoJo pose.
It's gotten to you, Lang.
With
bit.
pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. And establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony.
You mean a suspicious person in the coat that she saw?
The very same. That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu.
Pretended. And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what that person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it. First, I spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babelese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until a sudden turn.
Yes, Gomez, she is.
Can't be the kind of person who. Yes, absolutely.
If this was written a few years later, it definitely would have happened.
Yeah.
The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah!
Who's there?
By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang?
What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
But the light will come through the door.
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door.
Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty?
That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person.
Right into Sheena, who was right behind. Okay.
Your answer is Sheena?
Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used that door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the doorway. Oh.
Not so fast. It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway.
Aha! I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective? Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at the time?
Me, sir? Well, I heard Kay scream.
Purple.
I ran toward Mr. Kochin's office from the opposite direction. Oh, over to Sheena, sir.
What if Gumshoe was purple?
So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this was far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well. Of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken.
I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out.
Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with your revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
But
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Babalese side is known to only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics?
Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Atagarasu's escape?
I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first, I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible.
Now I realize you may not know this, but... Pose for the fans!
Pose.
Yeah! Humans can't fly.
Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense.
Ask Phoenix.
Besides, I never said I thought the photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route.
I suppose not. Alright, then explain yourself.
The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after.
Not so fast. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence.
Very well, then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo.
This happened after the first fire, not the second fire.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Do I just present the photo itself?
Yeah.
Because it says in the description that it took place after the first fire.
Yeah.
It's weird that there is no music here, by the way.
Don't worry about the music.
They took it away. Had to think.
This isn't about the music.
I can't think of what else it would be at the moment.
You can try it.
We got help.
Okay.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the third floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire.
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you've bit him in the butt now.
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you?
Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
Ha! As I thought.
However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now, that I can answer.
You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me.
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Yellow Bastion investigation, right? Correct? In the case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babyliss side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shina, explained it in my stead?
Shina's my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Boss.
Boss. Take my sunglasses.
Okay.
It's alright, I can take care of him.
What a bob.
Shina.
You shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
Alright. If you're
Want me to
okay
get
with it,
stabbed?
then you have my support.
And finally, it's down to just Agent Shina and myself. And this is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Well, let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babyliss embassy?
During the first Babyliss fire, I insisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the other Garasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I wasn't able to catch a glimpse of the Yadagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yadagarasu even exists.
Uh-huh.
And that's all I have to say.
But I'm not lying when I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony.
Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Not so fast. Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic.
It wasn't when Agent Shinan tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale. And it wasn't Sheena who... Yeah, we get it. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner?
Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I'll make no excuse for what I did in that situation.
Then you should apologize right now for making Kay feel okay to be the killer, pal.
I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
Sorry.
It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second.
And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena.
Then let's put that to the test and see if she really is worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
But
Hold
So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort.
I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of a fireman. You really know how to work, people.
She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time.
It's because I can't read.
To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary.
she kind of seems more capable than the ancient Langman, doesn't she?
Oh, at the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective.
You go. I kind of had a feeling you were going to say that.
Oh,
Then why did you set yourself up for it, dumbass?
One
Got
day
him.
they'll stop.
Sheena's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at.
Alright.
I take one long walks in the moonlight.
During the second fire, I was searching for the other girl.
by the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the 3rd floor of Babal, correct?
Yes. That was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal.
Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after.
Not so fast. There's no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yadagarasu. Because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team's investigation?
In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the 3rd floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors.
Edgeworth?
Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the 3rd floor.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the 3rd floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes.
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office.
I already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard a girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office.
Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall.
Yes, I did.
But she was wholly innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up.
And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet.
Never. I mean, oog.
I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Shina.
The prosecutors of this country are all so strange.
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room. Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie?
Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments.
But I'm bad at being quiet! Ah!
Aw, you know, I kind of feel bad for him.
Don't. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl Yadagarasu...
Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again?
Yes. Well, she does claim to be the Yadagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yadagarasu despite being just an average citizen.
Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right. Which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu.
And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere.
Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough.
I see.
Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh? Then why didn't you show her using what we found with Little Thief?
I will, in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Shina, then what is it that she's keeping from us right now?
Alright, what do you want me to fake, or to reveal?
So in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. How did you not catch a glimpse?
That's not the right button. Fuck.
Oh, are you sure it is? Anyways, I hate to repeat myself.
Sorry.
Hey, prosecutor, why'd you hit the button again? What's up with that? Ah, I'm mad!
I'm
That's
having the
rough.
background somewhere.
Long dialogue.
Okay, how were you not able to catch a glimpse of the Yatagrasu when his escape route was with wait, where is it?
Aha.
This.
Eh?
It's a revolving
Boom.
Yes, this.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Being in the room next to Mr. Kirchen's office is the problem with your testimony.
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all.
Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace?
Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it?
Well, Alabast isn't the only country with a secret connecting fireplaces.
Huh?
Concerning, whatever the line was, the fireplace in Mr. Kirchen's office holds the exact same secret.
What?
The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over.
No.
Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shina. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu.
What's the meaning of this, Miles?
Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shina? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu? Or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kirchen's office and headed for the fireplace. Then, you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shina. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace.
How dare you make Hillary the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? You
I knew it.
What? What did we know?
Huh?
Sheena?
Please don't mess up your hair. Okay.
Wow!
I knew it.
What did we know?
That laugh.
Huh?
No, Jesus Christ!
I remember this irritating laugh.
I'm getting chills down my spine.
It can't be. But it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was so fun and I couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange.
Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off?
Yes. Do you think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Autogrossus escape route.
The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know. And that is why I won't be holding anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babel was used recently.
Is it?
Ashless.
No, is it? I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to Ambassador Paleno's testimony.
I'm guessing it could have also been.
Yeah.
Anna's
I just
testimony.
scrolled down. Yep, it could have been both. I was like, obviously it's a testimony. No, both are it.
Yeah.
He said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Paleno said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny?
Ash as proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court?
You still wish to fight us?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this. Here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow wary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. And remember, we already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office.
Is that so?
And there you have it. My counter-argument.
That's very impressive. She's seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
Huh? Oh, Ezekiel, I haven't had a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of us to it. But
Okay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
What happened to your freckles?
She's wearing
Makeup.
like, yeah, makeup.
Or were the freckles
I
fake?
think.
So much concealer.
Yeah.
What if the freckles were the fakes?
Oh, maybe the freckles were fake
No.
all along.
Oh? Wow. Long con.
That sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough.
But how did they go through the or revolving door myself? So that should be proof enough for you, or even for you, pal.
It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned.
Yeah. Talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal.
Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one.
Well, you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used.
So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right. Well, do you have any?
Can you prove it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace?
Kate, no.
I don't need to prove anything to you.
Objection!
Kate, please. Kate, if you could please not steal my line. Litter, if you could please. If you could please stop
No
stealing my
promises.
lines.
No.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't.
Could you stop stealing my lines? Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave it to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may have seemed to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. Don't boop me.
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
I'm gonna boop you right on the nose if I feel like it.
Oh.
Booped.
Sorry, but I had the forensic team check that already.
She's wearing gloves. Yeah, she's wearing gloves.
All they found were prints belonging to the Ambassador Paleno and Mr. Cochin.
Curses! I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would be so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find.
I take it you have no further objections. Remember, we already finished our very I keep forgetting.
So, Interpol has finished examining the entire Babylonis embassy.
Yes, the investigators who weren't allowed into Alabas were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any signs of the Yatagarasu.
And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct?
I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that, I am sorry.
You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry, again.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all.
He apologized for his subordinates and everything. What a great boss.
Are you saying I don't do anything for my own subordinates?
Yes.
No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir. You are a bit too strict sometimes.
That is only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
Am I really too strict on everyone?
Anyway, Sheena, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right?
That's right. We finished our investigation.
So you really didn't find anything?
Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yadagras's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babyliss knife handle yet.
Ha! You see, my subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright?
Why don't you Lang really sticks up for his people, pal?
Thank you. Turns out I can read. Lang Z says, all men are brothers, and friends become family.
Aww, you're my
You just have a short attention span, Lang. It's not your fault.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a goldfish. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too.
I
That is
thought
a rather-
you were a wolf the entire time.
I can be both.
It's not even there are two animals.
wolf.
That's a rather large family you have there.
Yes, but as we all know, there's always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family.
So, do you actually have any proof that the Yadagrasu used the fireplace passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we gonna do?
There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in this Interpol agent's argument that we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Babyliss investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found, if there's one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide it from us.
And I think I know what
I'm going straight for it.
is.
Straight for the kill.
Hell yeah. It is
Not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Coach's office.
not a single suspicious thing you say.
Not even one thing.
Could it possibly be this? We found this in Cochin's office in the safe, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Ha, you thought.
I
This
did
piece of
think.
evidence proves that Lang flawed your logic.
Stop thinking.
Okay.
That piece of evidence and my testimony, actually, it proves the absence of a flaw in my logic and the presence of one in yours.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was mistaken.
I'll just continue with my testimony now.
Well, I think I'm on the right track though.
It's probably this statement.
Bills are using
Money.
vacation. All burned up and dabble. Oh, this was also in that office. Or, well, no, it wasn't
Where
in
would-
that office, but it was
Written
Cochin's
there.
handbook. Yeah.
I think we found this one in Alabast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found
Yeah,
this
but
one.
we have
But
Because of
we have proof that Cochin wrote it and then it originated from that office because of the notepad.
Okay.
the wire?
Good length of wire that was wound up inside that. Oh, I mean, I guess that counts as a suspicious thing that was found in Babel's office.
Sure.
But why?
No.
But why?
But why?
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 There it is.
Oh, that was it.
that's why.
Well, you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, standing there insulting Interpol agents?
You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh no, I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
A length of wire. So what about it?
I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babylonis embassy not long ago.
What?
Helena was with us, he can testify to us, yes.
Oh.
And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing.
There's more?
In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the...
Yeah! Hold it.
Hold it. That evidence was something you found through that girl's machine.
So what if it was?
Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see? There was nothing in that office. Nothing you could call evidence anyway.
The wire? I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. But rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete. And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu.
You still suspect me, I see. Alright then. I asked to point out to what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Shina. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shina was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location.
Huh?
You have the side room, right?
This room?
Yeah.
Is it just,
I guess
is
so.
it that simple?
I think because I've been wondering why has nobody like found the coat in that room?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
The location, Agent Shina, is of course the room you claim to have examined. And I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt we'll find anything of use to you there.
You know, she would have had plenty of time to dispose of the coat, but it's got to be something. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Wee.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But you can prove that she's the Yatagarasu is the question. But can you prove that she is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping for, what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment. As if that detective has the brains for high science.
It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babyliss ink.
Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway.
Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove.
Hello, Gay Bowser.
Hello?
I have found
Yes?
some things that you need to see, sir.
Present?
It's Gay Miles to you. Oh, see. So, what are these things you found?
Oh, Giles. Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shinha, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it?
Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in my way, so I stored them in that room.
Ah, so the
No.
coat is yours.
Aw.
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Oh, I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. They were found at a crime scene, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this.
I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena.
Lang!
Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are going to
Down
no.
to.
I'm sorry.
Stop
Did you-
stealing my lines,
You mean-
Bill.
I kind of want to see the other stuff before we get to the code.
Yeah, the
Chat-
coat's the obvious one.
Chat wants us to look at the shoes.
Okay, I'll look at the shoes.
Let us examine her shoes.
Let's party.
Doesn't appear to be anything particularly odd about them.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hmm?
You know what they say about men who stare at women's shoes for too long, right?
No?
No.
How scandalous!
Huh?
No.
Is it an ankles thing?
I'm out. I'm merely doing my job, Agent Lang. I don't see how that warranted a comment. Now, there's some dirt. There's some dirt on the shoes, but otherwise they seem perfectly normal.
I guess there really wasn't anything suspicious about Agent Sheena's shoes.
I suppose not. Let us move on and examine something else.
Makeup?
Agent Sheena. Makeup? Makeup? I believe I'll examine her makeup.
You wanted to.
What is this? It looks like a very thin paintbrush.
It's a lip brush for putting up on my lipstick.
There, I found this with a lot of weird powder inside, sir.
That's just foundation powder in there. It's nothing to get worked up over.
It's not the drugs.
Wow, you two sure know a lot about makeup. I think I need to confiscate them for a bit. Oh, I never knew makeup consisted of this stuff too. I see. Ooh.
She seemed to be completely absorbed in her study of cosmetics.
I guess there really isn't anything suspicious in the Agent Sheena's makeup either.
I suppose not. Let's move on and examine something else.
I mean,
Okay,
he
okay,
uses,
let's
like,
examine the
fingerprint
coat.
printing stuff.
I can't believe the coat
Let's
was the
ex-
important one.
Let's examine the coat.
Oh, yes, sir. I don't fit into it.
It appears that you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shina? The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat. I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you got it wrong. That suit probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it was just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire.
I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yes?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal.
Set the coat on fire.
This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Do not set my coat on fire. I had to
I mean, you could just take a Q-tip and fix them up and then set that on fire.
I guess that's true.
You're worth ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace...
Which I can.
Huh? How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Me, sir? What did I do?
This coat, this is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I've been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, pal.
Sully means to make something dirty. What that remains is for us to show what the dark substance in the coat hem is.
Oh? And you think you can do that?
With fire. Of course I can.
Yoga?
This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat.
Bink.
Bink.
Bink!
Babyliss ink?
Yes. This is what will prove that the coat went through the fireplace. According to Ambassador Pleno, he burned some files from the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babyliss ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall.
Ah!
I'm sorry to clip to one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this ink is Babyliss, or whether or not this is Babyliss ink on the coat of them.
Sure. Oh, but I do. And I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. Be a cotton swab and a lighter.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove the dark substance on the coat is Babyliss ink. Wear the coat. Wear the
Burn! Burn it!
Boing.
We can find out whether that is Babyliss ink or not by lighting it on fire.
That's how you're gonna prove that it's Babyliss ink?
Yes. You can please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is.
Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Then if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment underway. It'll be fairly close we're doing.
It's Queen!
The flame.
It's the same color as the flames Wit Crystal Oil produces, which means...
Babyliss ink is a product of Wit Crystal Oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Miss Gina, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Shina. Or should I say, Callisto, you?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you?
Do I look like the joking type to you?
Callisto Yu. I've never heard that name before in my life.
That manner of speaking and that attitude. You haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame it on me, pal.
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto Yu woman, but you can't prove it.
I could.
If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence.
Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto Yu?
Key? I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Tickle her.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, okay? For we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto Yu with this and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good.
Is it the presence of this?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. God damn it.
Don't waste my time
What?
with garbage. Now go throw it out in the trash can in the hallway.
What?
I thought you said you weren't the joking type, yet here you are telling jokes. But I'm not laughing.
Urgh. Wait, okay, now let's look at the evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, that piece of evidence I saved for all these years. I think you can
The
prove
casing.
that Miss Sheena is really Callisto Yu if you use it.
Yes, you're right. It's time we brought this case from 7 years ago to a close.
Is it?
I thought it was like what Callisto saved for 7 years, not what.
It's got to be the perfume
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto Yu.
It will?
All these years later, and she's still using the same perfume.
What an idiot.
I don't think it's that.
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember the bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. She was a prosecutor. Her fingerprints will be on file.
I think she's a defense attorney, isn't she?
Or an attorney.
she was
She
a-
works in the courts.
Yeah, still.
Yes.
Her fingerprints would be on file.
Yeah.
This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Byrne Faraday,
A lawyer.
that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here. Every last one.
We can clear everything up if we compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shina, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
Run! Murdoch?
Scary.
Damn.
I still like her.
You do?
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto Yu. Callisto Yu! Piece of...
So you've shown your true face at last.
This feeling of thrill, it must have been greater than at that time 7 years ago.
Sheena, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? someone's been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time?
Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought.
Callisto, you. The woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu.
That's right. Callista you. That's just one of my many names. But even that was just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Nah. Callisto, you. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Kay, don't.
You. I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father.
You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty.
Ah,
Gone.
Gone.
Kay!
There! You let Kay go right now, pal.
you despicable. Let go of me, you filthy. Ugh.
You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu.
But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief.
Hey, Edgeworth! Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
Why it has 3 legs?
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
No. It can't be.
Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
It's Gumshoe!
Wait!
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is...
Duh.
Bad?
Is it?
I'm lost.
Yeah, I was not expecting this question. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna try neither person.
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byrne, Faraday, nor Callisto U. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu.
How very perceptive of you.
There's 3 Yatagarasi?
Yatagarasai.
Yatagarasu.
No way.
Put her whole Yatagarasi into that. The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth? No, I refuse to believe this.
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1.
Gun.
The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of a target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations.
Wait, if Callisto U is just another false identity, then the freckles were absolutely fake.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. A good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3.
And
Oh! No, it's gotta be
Skill
Ark.
number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever.
Or a coat.
Gotcha.
Detective Bad!
It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away.
You're the third member of the Yatagarasu.
You? I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got ya.
Why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team.
If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago?
Why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill.
How can you say that?
I grow wary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss.
Stop!
You?
Kay! Gumshoe!
It's over, Sheena.
Leg.
Your leg!
Agent Lang!
You idiot. What were you thinking, jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are. An idiot, you know that?
That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis!
Yes.
I want you to conduct a full body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir. Wait, I found something.
Aha!
Oh, what could this possibly be, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but doesn't have a handle. I don't understand.
This is a great find, Detective.
Oh? Oh, is it, sir?
Let's pass up this blade with this handle.
You mean this one?
I mean, this handle. I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly.
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched.
I'm going to go return this, Babadi's knife now.
Alright? Just so you make sure that it's returned to Ambassador Plano.
Okay.
Bing! I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you? Where the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer! You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife.
No, I just psychic abilities.
Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Babyliss knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are 2 problems with it.
Problems? In what respect?
What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was also I could capture Kay Faraday.
What?
When I saw you use that device in Gatewater Land, I knew right away. that you were Bern Faraday's daughter.
The everything else didn't give it away?
I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yadagarasu.
So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Kochin's murder on me?
Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you was my only goal.
You had another?
Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you. And take back the device that rightfully belongs to me. The true Yadagarasu.
You were going to take little thief away from me?
7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
Then the person who stole the Yadagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday.
You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yadagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yadagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person that I take order from hasn't changed. Even now, to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings.
Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena?
I guess I should tell you that I was the one who set the Babyliss embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do? But then why start 2 fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride.
Wait. I mean, Miss Sheena.
Yes?
When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell to my feet.
What about them?
Stab.
They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you.
You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away.
No, I want to keep them.
Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor,
Yes, Agent Lang?
mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be.
His anger has appeared to negate the sensation of pain in his injured leg.
Not gonna stop me from limping out of here, though. Ow, oh, ow, oh, ow, oh, ow, oh, ow, oh, ow.
Take off your sunglasses!
No, they're so cool.
Never!
It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Larry.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me?
Okay.
They're really pretty. Just like the ones they were selling for the Jam and Ninja show. But until the case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
With the
I
urge to
understand.
stab her in both eyes.
I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the end of these sticks.
Hair sticks, candy stripe pattern on them. There's some dirt on the tips. Please, can the scene end so we can stop and save?
What do you
We'll
mean?
get soon to something good.
I think so too.
Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh?
So it's midnight. The dawn of another day.
Oh, hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've done a lot for everyone all of these years, you thief.
Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day.
Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. Maybe go to prison for a while. You know, whatever. It was down to the wire and we almost
This
didn't
wire?
make it. Oh shit!
I like how there was a moment where Sheena was like, "There's nothing suspicious," and they were like, "We found this wire," and then we just went nowhere with that. We just stopped talking. About it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was down to wire and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything.
But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. What's the deal with this wire? The ringleader of the smuggling case you and the Yatagarasu were chasing after.
The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant.
Hmm?
I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad?
Hey, you're taking it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on.
Detective Bad. Wait. No. You are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you.
Oh.
These are
Kindergarten.
the pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office.
Wait, what?
Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it?
Wait, did that mean that the way? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir.
It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu. This picture's so fucking cool. Like, goddamn. Vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring. including companies that dealt with the Amano Group.
Mr. Amano's conglomerate.
We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We'd finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG-8 incident, CCU. She never had a sister.
Then why did she claim to be her sister?
What? Then that means...
Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning.
She said that.
She did say that. The woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of this case file. Please use it wisely.
Trump card.
That photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why?
This is a directives card from the Big Boss. Big Boss, Take a look at the back.
Big Boss.
Metal Gear. This was something Kochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU.
But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu?
The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently,
Say the word
orders...
Big Boss and it immediately becomes like 90% more Snake.
Big Boss. Apparently.
Still.
Apparently orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. Now that's my Solid Snake.
The
That's
person
pretty
who
good.
received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze.
So you mean the cards were written in Babyliss ink?
The fact that the card that Koshin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are.
The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind.
Cool. Evidence from
That's pretty
KG-8
cool, yeah.
card containing orders from boss of smuggling ring to Kochin.
And one more thing. Talismans are not important, Detective Gumshoe.
What?
It's
Nobody
okay.
gets that bit when I say it, but I do like
I
it
do.
anyway.
I
Okay,
get
that's
it.
good. That's good. I'm entrusting this to you.
The lollipop?
You can have this lollipop.
I can finally have a snake pit!
Yeah, and a Swiss roll.
Like, why is it in a box? Wait,
It's
why,
an
why
old
is this?
Swiss roll. It's pretty old
Oh,
Swiss
yes.
roll. This is what I was talking about earlier.
Just roll?
Yes, during the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence.
But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it?
The person who stole it from us 10 years ago. was a man by the name of Ernest Amano.
Oh.
And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time.
Do we
But
know
we
him?
forced... Yeah, he was
Yes.
he was the long-ear man. Remember him?
It was me.
Yeah.
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 Good, I'm glad you remember. That's good. But we forced him to tell us where it was, finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Why did
Just giving
you
you
have
all the
this,
evidence.
Amano?
This video.
Don't come any closer! I'm warning you!
This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me.
Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence.
Then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman.
The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them.
The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is...
Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law.
Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad, there is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them.
You still insist that even now. You really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu.
Pops.
Don't you ever lose your detective spirit.
Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice.
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go.
Yes, sir.
I should probably help Lang with that hole I put in his pants.
Yeah,
And
probably.
lag.
Oh, the pants, though. I'm good at sewing.
Is this really the end of a legend?
To be continued.
Beat the game!
Continue!
Wow. Oh my god, we'll come back next time, we'll do some little things, and then we'll just be done. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Yay!
looking forward to
beat
it.
the game.
Oh,
you won.
The second game.
I thought that cutscene would never end.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight, folks. We have
Yeah.
actually not put out the schedule yet, but it exists. In fact, I'm going to put it up immediately after the stream. But tomorrow we are doing. Arik, how about you?
You forgot.
Okay, we're gonna be playing some Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Dragon Ball Fighters if y'all would like to join us for that.
Cool.
We're gonna punch each other.
It's gonna be fun.
Colonel.
Hell yeah.
I just pressed the download button on both of them.
Hell yeah.
I should do that too.
And then
We will.
and then something on Wednesday morning. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
it's nothing.
It's
big
not
on
something
Wednesday
nobody
morning.
cares about.
It's just the
Yeah,
Switch 2 Direct. Don't even
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it.
Don't worry about that.
Only that.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you for that. What kind of soup was it tonight?
Yatagara soup.
Yeah.
Yatagara
Yatagara
soup.
Nice.
Triple flavored soup.
Green fire soup.
Hell yeah.
3-legged soup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.